All right, you're welcome back. This Newsfile is your most authoritative news analysis platform, and a very final issue, but very limited time. But we can say one thing or about it. Now, if you have been following the news, Dr. Steve Manteo, chairman of the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, has said that we ought to punish or prosecute past mines ministers who gave out mining leases without required parliamentary ratification. Now, Suni here, together with another member of parliament, Henry Norbert Nogbe, is it? Great. Are in court, and they are saying what? You're saying what? They should take away their licenses?
Well, we are asking, first of all, that the court pronounces that they have been engaged in illegal mining.
Why?
Because according to Article 268...
Like they have been engaged in galamsey.
Yeah. According to Article 268, and given some decided cases related to violations of the Constitution, we are of the considered view that once an agreement does not pass the test of Article 268, that agreement is null and void. And we have had cases from the Supreme Court itself, agreeing with the position that an agreement can be said to be not to exist if it does not pass the test of Article 268.
They normally say
and we have
void.
searched, yes, null and void. And we have searched and found out from the Minerals Commission and other agencies that most or almost all of these mining companies have either had their licenses ratified after they had started operations or during the period that they are, undergoing the mining operations. And in some cases, some of them don't even have the leases ratified at all, but they have been mining gold from this country all these years. And so we are appealing to the Supreme Court to, first of all, describe their actions as unconstitutional and, ask them to pay back to the state all the revenue that may have accrued to them as a result of this illegal practice over the years. And, revenue or mineral resources that they may have, retrieved from this country as a result of these illegal mining practices that they have been engaged in over the period.
35 of them. That's such a tall list. Let me get about you quickly. That's a tall list. What do you think is going to happen? And here, they have sued the Attorney General and the Minerals Commission as well. We know very recently that in the Estin Cubic matter, there was a claim that they were the ones as a company to take their lease to Parliament to ratify. Other than that, they don't even have any, lease. So who is to blame? The Attorney General and the Mining Minerals Commission, or the companies who didn't submit this for ratification?
Well, before you deal with the question of who is to blame, I want to lower the fear, the potential damnation that I think we may be expecting. And Honorable is a party in court, so it's a pity we're discussing the case because the case is supposed to be in court.
Let's discuss Article 268.
So let's look at Article 268, which is what I normally like to do, just to avoid the... Now, it's important to note that Article 268 doesn't have something that many other provisions in the Constitution has, and that is called a sunset provision. Article 268 doesn't have a sunset option. It doesn't say that the mining agreement should be ratified by a particular date, within 2 years of being signed or within the first year. It doesn't also contain a prior ratification. Now, ratification is distinguished from approval. It's normally for approval, you need its prior in character. So even though sometimes the word prior is added, which makes it surplusage.
Hold on 1 minute. Kofi, read the article.
It says, Article 268, any transaction, contract, or undertaking involving the grant of a right or concession by or on behalf of any person, including the government of Ghana, to any other person or body of persons, howsoever described, for the exploitation of any mineral, water, or other natural resource of Ghana, made or entered into after the coming into force of this Constitution, shall be subject to ratification by Parliament. Parliament may, by resolution supported by the vote of not less than 2/3 of all the members of Parliament, exempt from the provisions of clause 1
Okay.
of this article any particular class of transactions, contracts, or undertakings. I beg you.
Yeah.
Shall be subject.
So hold on.
Shall be subject. No, it's important.
So, Kofi,
Shall be
once you
subject
don't do
to-
this, once you don't do
You're
this,
out.
you have violated the Constitution.
You have, what,
It is not valid
Can I have
until
a yes? Once you don't do it, you have violated the
if you
Constitution.
don't do this, you have violated the Constitution. The question is whether you haven't done it. The problem is to construct the law on the basis of its structure. Now, look, the Constitution uses ratification in limited instances, in very few clauses, and very few provisions. One of them is Article 75. Anytime a document has to be ratified, and the Constitution goes ahead to say it shall be subjected
And again, this is a
Right.
situation where the Supreme Court has already determined
right, but
in the
but in all cases-
Ndebugri matter
in all
and says if you don't ratify, null and void.
In all cases, there was no insistence on prior ratification.
Okay.
Prior, if you look at, for example, the decision in the J.H. Mason case, the Supreme Court clearly said prior. Now, prior indicates that you can't do something before you get that. Now, in this case, ratification, the Article 75, which insists on ratification, for example, deals with treaties. Now, before treaties often are even ratified by Parliament,
Okay.
we have started assuming obligations.
My time is up.
So the point I'm making is,
Let
I
me
don't
make my
think
one
the
point.
damnation and the danger is as, we'll leave it like that. For now, it's in court.
I-
I don't think it's as...
My
Thank
simple
you.
point is this.
Thank
I
you.
beg you. You see,
Quickly,
it's not.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Our time is out.
30 seconds. My
is for the good of
understanding
Ghana.
of shall be subject to
we all get
ratification
absolute
means that if you don't go through that, it is void.
Okay.
It's not even voidable.
So we are
and then
looking
there
at
is the
a serious
exclusion
situation.
clause under there, which you haven't used.
Okay.
So go and exclude all of them. So on this one, I'm with you.
As
Okay.
we speak, as
It
we
is
speak,
void. You
as we
didn't have
speak,
it.
they
All
can
right.
secure ratification
All right.
today.
If they
All right.
do, fine.
All right.
But
But
that's the
All right.
point.
Okay,
So
thank
there's no
you.
void.
and there's
Thank
no
you
retrospectivity,
very
yes,
much. Thank
progressive.
you very much. My outfit, as always, has been by Latida, and my guests have been Kofi Abochi, immediate past dean, Gimpa Law School. Al Hassan Suhini is MP Tamale North and member appointments, Lands and Forestry Committee of Parliament. Alexander Kwamina Afenyo-Marking, MP Efutu, and member Public Accounts, Defence and Interior Committees of Parliament. Kofi Bento is a lawyer and Vice President of Imani Africa. Have a good afternoon. I'm Samson Ladi Anyanini.